Hello, I'm Liz Talarico. I'm of counsel at the law office of Will M. Helixon. Where did I grow up? I grew up in Morris, Illinois, which is a small town 60 miles southwest of Chicago. I studied political science at Notre Dame and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts. While I was still an undergrad, I thought I wanted to go to law school. So I actually took the LSAT as an undergraduate student, but decided to take a couple of years off to do my teaching in inner city Washington, D.C. And then I thought about continuing to teach and decided that it was time to go to law school. Why did I join the Army? I joined the Army because I always wanted to serve my country. It was just a calling, and it felt like it was the right time after law school to serve my country. I had a lot of positions in the active Army JAG Corps. I initially thought I'd only stay in for 3 years and get out and move on. And now, 22 years later, I finally retired. And while on active duty, I started out as a legal assistance attorney. And then I did MEB, PEB work, so medical disability discharge work. Then I was a defense counsel. All of that was at Fort Carson in Colorado. From there, I went to Germany, where I was in Hohenfels, where I did stints as the administrative law attorney, a trial counsel, and then I was the OIC of the legal office in Hohenfels. I was transferred up to Grafenwehr, where I was the chief of military and civil law division, where I supervised all of the administrative law attorneys for 7th JMTC, as well as a couple local nationals and civilian attorneys as well. And then my last gig on active duty was actually deployment to Afghanistan. Right as I was going into the reserve world, you get to pick, the unit that you want to go to. And I said, I want to be a defense counsel. That is where my heart is. That's the direct way of helping soldiers and taking care of soldiers. So I went to be a defense counsel and then a senior defense counsel. I mobilized as a defense counsel to Fort Hood for a year as well. And then it was time to move on. After that, I went to the 300th MP Brigade, and I was their brigade judge advocate for 3 years. And then I went to be a team leader with the 3rd LOD, supervising the largest team of lawyers and paralegals. I believe the team maxed out at 22 people that I was overseeing at that. And then for my last position, I went back to the 22nd LOD to be a regional defense counsel. Because again, my heart is back taking care of soldiers. It was always my number one position that I wanted to hold in the JAG Corps. I love mentoring and training and helping guide young JAG officers and paralegals. And this way, I would be in charge of a team of defense counsel, use my experience and my knowledge to help them help their clients. And it was great. So upon leaving active duty, I looked at jobs with the Army, and I became a Department of Army civilian attorney with the Office of Soldiers Counsel. The Office of Soldiers Counsel with the Army, we take care of soldiers who are being medically discharged because they're too ill or injured to continue to serve. So sometimes they want to be found fit for duty, and I would fight for my clients to be found fit for duty. And sometimes they know that they need to get out. They're broken. And then we help them and advocate for those soldiers to ensure that they get the benefits that they're entitled to, both with the Army and with the VA. What makes Reserve and Guard cases unique? They're unique because they're different, and it just becomes a little bit more complex because we have to look at whether or not the underlying medical condition is related to their military service. Is it something that we can connect that is service connected or in the line of duty? If it's not in the line of duty, then the Reserve or National Guard soldier will basically be told, thank you, you're too injured, thanks for your service. And that's it. The's no benefits. So a lot of times, the first thing we have to worry about with the Reserve and National Guard clients is, can we make this a duty-related condition so at the end of the process, they are entitled to some military benefits? Why did I join the law office of Will M. Helixon as of counsel? I ended my time as a Department of Army civilian attorney, working with the Office of Soldiers Counsel. But I did not want to end my time as an attorney representing soldiers and taking care of soldiers. Will Helixon and I crossed paths while we were both active duty, and I knew that his office would be soldier client focused and taking care of the individuals that we represent in the best possible way that we can, and advocating for our clients. And that's the organization I wanted to be part of, is serving our clients and to defend our clients. How does compassion and discipline show up in my representation of my clients? Every single one of our clients, or my clients, they're going through an incredibly difficult transition, going through the medical discharge process, or going through administrative separation action, or facing court-martial. If those soldier clients are going through probably one of the hardest times in their life, and they need somebody who, 1, cares, 2, is going to listen, and then 3 is going to give them, the honest answer of what they can expect to happen. And that needs to be done with as much compassion and understanding as possible. Discipline comes to the point where we just need to be disciplined to do what needs to be done, and to make sure that we get that done. How does my experience strengthen the Warrior Law team? I believe I have a unique experience with all of my years, my 12 plus years of being Soldiers Counsel, so that I can help and provide that insight into the medical aspect that may assist some of the other attorneys in our organization. And we can also branch out to represent soldiers going through the medical discharge process. But I also have the experience of being both active duty and reserve, and I understand the nuances of being a reserve soldier and what that means, both for the administrative actions and the like courts-martial, administrative negative actions, and with the medical process. What keeps me motivated to defend America's warriors? Our soldiers, our service members, our airmen, our Marines, our Navy, they all join and serve our country, and they need the best representation that they can. And I want to continue to provide that, to take care of soldiers, take care of service members. You defend the nation, we defend you.